Hi guys, welcome to today's video where we're going to go through Supersonic by Oasis, but a cool acoustic version. This is taken from Noel Gallagher playing with his High Flying Birds. I will link the video to that down below. I picked this one because it's really super simple. There's three parts: verse, bridge, pre-chorus, whatever you want to call it, and chorus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it through those three parts. Then I'll teach those three parts and I'll talk about the couple of little tiny changes, particularly in the two choruses and just how long they are. I should also note the capo is on the 3rd fret here because that's how he did it on this live version, and who am I to argue with the person who literally wrote the song. But if you want to play with along with the original or in that key, if you go capo 2nd fret, you'll be in the correct key. Funnily enough, he does the same thing with Wonderwall. He shifts the key up to 3rd fret, so it becomes basically A sharp rather than A. Anyway, I digress. The next thing you'll see will be me playing it through those three parts, and then I'll teach it all through. Timestamps down below for anyone who wants to skip around. Let's crack on. 3, 4. Okay guys, I've adjusted the camera a little bit so you can see my right hand for the strumming, but it's all down strums, so it's not too complicated, but I thought I'd throw it in whilst I'm teaching the lesson. I think it probably makes sense. The verse here has got 3 chords. If you haven't watched the video already, he goes straight into the verse. He doesn't do the intro, which is a shame because the intro is really cool, but anyway, I've got a lesson on that if you want to watch that. Link down below, of course. So we're going to start with this E minor 7 shape. This is a classic Oasis chord. So we've got 2nd fret on the A, 2nd fret on the D, 3rd fret on the B and the high E. Obviously we've got capo 3rd fret as I mentioned in the intro. That's our first chord. Second chord is going to be G. So we just take the middle finger that's on the D string and move it up to the 3rd fret on the E. And then the third chord is an A7 sus4 is what the chord is, and you can see he's specifically playing with 2 fingers down. I'm sure of it. He doesn't always, if you watch old videos, in fact the last video I did of an Oasis song was it Live Forever? Yeah, it's Live Forever live acoustically, and he did it with 1 finger, but here it looks like he's doing it with 2. So that's 2nd fret D, 2nd fret G, 3rd fret B and E. Okay, so classic Oasis chords: E minor 7, G, A7 sus4. We're going to do 8 down strums on this first chord, the E minor 7. I would count these properly: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. He's not doing big strums, it's quite controlled, but feel free to change it up if you want to. But if you're kind of nearer the beginner, keep it simple: 8 down strums, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 4 down strums on the G, 1 and 2 and then 4 on the A7 sus4, 1 and 2 and. And that's our basic sequence, and we do that 8 times in both verses, exactly the same, 8 times through that sequence. Pretty simple idea really. Let me just play it through once, just really slowly, and that's really the end of the verse. So it's 8, 4, 4. Let's go. Okay guys, so after a nice simple verse, we've got a nice simple bridge slash pre-chorus, depending on your personal ideas on whether it should be a bridge or a pre-chorus. it doesn't really matter. So what we're going to go here is we're going to go D. So this is just, it looks like it's just doing a normal D. It looks like the pinky's not down. Sometimes it is obviously in Wonderwall, but in this time it's not. Then we're going to go to E minor, not E minor 7, but E minor. You can see he plays its second and third finger, which is the correct way to play it. Well done. That was so condescending. Anyway, then another D, and then a B7. Okay? So if you are a beginner, the B7 is going to be the chord to really practice. Second fret D, second fret A, first fret D, second fret G, second fret high E. I've got a video up. Actually, I haven't got a video up on B7 yet, but I will do soon. So if you're watching this in the future, like April time, I'll have a video up on it. But if it's earlier than that, I won't do yet. But yeah, anyway, B7 is the chord there. And basically, we're going to do 16 down strums on each chord. That's it. So we'd count this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Feel free to cheat a little bit on that final kind of strum of the D to get into that B7 quicker. That's absolutely fine. If you need to do that, do that. It still sounds really, really good. We all do it, basically. But that's it. And again, much like with the verse, this bridge pre-chorus is played through twice, exactly the same. So you just do that twice, you'll be absolutely fine. Now, we're on to the chorus. Okay, guys, so the chorus is the most complicated section of the three. It's not massively complicated, but it is the most complicated section of the three. Let's start going through it though with this first cycle of 4 chords, which is the bulk of it and is relatively simple. The first chord we've got is a C/G. Personally, I much prefer just playing a normal C chord, first fret B, second fret D, third fret A. What he prefers, and he does this in loads and loads of songs, and you can clearly see he does it in this one as well. First fret B, second fret D, fantastic, but then third fret low E and third fret A with your pinky. So it's a C chord, but with a G note on top. So we call it a C/G. Nothing to do with the guitar player slash. That's just how you write it, is with a forward slash. I think it's a forward slash. Anyway, I digress. That's our first chord there. And we're going to downstrum that 4 times. 1 and 2 and. G, just as before, he always seems to put those 2 fingers on the bottom of. And he definitely does in this song. D 4 times. E minor 7 times? 4 times. Oh my goodness, 4 times for everything. So C/G, G, D, and do all 4. There you go. And the 7 was because I just read my sheet, and it's 7 times through that sequence in the first chorus. Okay, so you do that sequence: C/G, G, D, E minor, all with 4 down strums, 7 times. Okay. Then we strum a D. Then we got this little move. So very, very common move here. So we start by just strumming a normal D. Then we take that middle finger off and it becomes a D sus2 shape because we've got the open high E. Then middle finger back down for a D shape. Pinky down on the third fret high E string for a D sus4 shape. Again, all just down strums. Then we're going to move to a B7 and we're going to pick A string, D string, G, D, B, G, D, G. Like that. Honestly, feel free to pick that however you want, but that's the version I've written down on my sheet of paper, but feel free to mix it up however you like. Doesn't matter, as long as you do a little arpeggio on that B. And we do a basic stop there at the end of chorus 1, so it goes verse, bridge pre-chorus, chorus, and at the end of this first chorus we just do a stop. It just stops. And then I need to be myself. Comes back in. Anyway, that's with second verse. Okay? So, go back through verse and then the bridge pre-chorus. And we got our second chorus then after that. The first 4 chords are exactly the same. C/G, 4 strums. G, 4 strums. D, 4 strums. E minor, 4 strums. And you do that whole thing 11 times. Not 7, but 11. Okay. Then we're going to have a slightly different little bit down here. Rather than going D sus2, D, D sus4, we've got D sus2, D, D sus4, D again, D sus2 again, D again. So as you come out, I can't count, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go to that B7 again. And then it's a final strum of E minor to end the song. So the main thing there is that 4-chord sequence 11 times on the second chorus, and then you get that little D bit, and then you get that little B7 bit. The D bit and the B7 bit, they're not written in stone, they're not exact, you know, that you don't have to do exactly like that, you can be a bit more freeform. I should also mention the E minor chord in the chorus is the one that he strums differently more than everything else, so feel free to play around with that strumming pattern, which is a down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Very, very fast, down, up, down, up, down, like 16th notes it will be. Obviously, if you're nearer the beginner, just stick with the original 4 down strums. If you're a little more advanced, you can try that one. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed that and found it useful. It should hopefully be a relatively simple one, and it's a great introduction to a couple of classic Oasis chords. You could take this lesson and go and learn Wonderwall pretty easy, although I've never done a video on that, which is quite funny. Still holding out. One day I might do, but I'm still holding out. Anyway, I digress. Let's do my normal spiel at the end. I'll say thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. It's fantastic. It's awesome. Please like the video. Please comment on the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. All of those things help absolutely loads. Recently, if you're watching this pretty soon after it comes out, whatever we are, somewhere in the middle to towards the end of March 2021, I passed 4,000 subscribers, so that's really cool. So thank you very much for that. And yeah, all my social media is linked down below as well. I'm trying to remember what else I need to say. I think that's it. I'll just thank you again. I really do appreciate it, guys. I don't know why I keep doing this with my hands, but it's one of those days. So anyway, I'll see you guys again soon for some more cool guitar stuff. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.